Hello, everybody. Hello. I want to talk about ascending right now because I know a lot of people struggle with things in their life, and they believe like those things don't have the ability to change. But as soon as you ascend, like things can change, and I wanted to tell you why. Um, Literally, the things that bound people is the things that they can change. And ascension is a great way to change because once you start ascending, that means you're going up. So not ascension, right? That means like, an airplane ascends, things in the sky, it ascends, right? So when you're doing your ascension, you are rising, right? You're raising your frequency. You are raising your vibration. You are raising the energy that you are in, okay? Because a lot of times, I 9 times out of 10, if you're an adult, the things that hold you back, the things that hold you back, the things that keep you down, the things that keep you at a low level are the things that you can change and get out of. But you will never be able to get out of those things without ascending first. You have to ascend, okay? And a lot of people don't understand that because you believe you can stay in your thoughts, you can stay in your mind, you can stay in your energetic signature, you can stay in the frequency that you're in, and everything is going to turn out right for you, right? Like the life is going to be right, everything's going to turn out okay, and things are going to roll your way. So we all know that does not happen. So what happens is you interact yourself into people and surroundings and situations where you never get anything out of those situations because you are looking for those situations to change, right? And the only way that those situations and the people that you meet will change is if you ascend within your being, okay? If you are unable to ascend within, if you are unable to ascend within your being, all right, you will encounter those situations wherever you go. Okay, so I just want to touch on a couple of bases for ascension and tell you why those things are important. Okay, so let's see. It says this form. It says 5 different forms of spiritual ascension. Okay, spiritual ascension is also known as spiritual awakening. It's about transcending old limiting habits, beliefs, mindsets, and ways of being. Okay, number one, it says awakening of mind. All right, this is important. This is very important, right? Because a lot of people, when you hear change or when you want to do something different or you need to do something different in your life, you always revert to, what steps you need to take, how this looks and, what you should do here. But the first part of change is in your mind. It's a mental thing, right? Because you have to understand when you are stuck in the lowest version of yourself, right? I always tell people there's a highest version, and your highest version and your lowest version of yourself is with you at all times. This is whoever you are. Your highest version and your lowest version of you is with you all the time, okay? It's just up to you to understand what those two look like, all right? So even if you're in a space in life where you are unhappy and you want to change, that is the lowest version of yourself. But your highest version of yourself is also there. You just have to recognize that, okay? So when you change your mind, you change your reality. You change your perception. Because there are a lot of things that we adhere to and we listen to and we gravitate to and we learn from people and we see things and we see our friends do this and our families do this and people put us in certain situations, and I would say 8 times out of 10, a lot of people would just be on that particular spectrum, right? Like there is a world of, your ideas and a world of your parents' ideas and things around you and the things that you saw. And you will literally be in this particular reality, okay? So that does not mean another reality does not exist, okay? You have to start opening your mind to see the other side of that reality. All right? Because once you open your mind is going to gravitate to things that you have not experienced. And a lot of people don't know how that feels or are scared to do that because they have been so comfortable in the first sense of reality. Looking for something outside of that seems impossible, right? It's almost looking or like what they say, a diamond in a rough or a diamond in a haystack or whatever. It's just things impossible because it's like you can't imagine, even if this reality is hurting you, can't imagine things transpiring and being different in this particular reality, right? But in order for you to actually gravitate to the new reality, you have to open your mind. And what is opening your mind? You have to open your mind to different ideas. You have to open your mind to different concepts, okay? And I always tell people this, there is a part of spiritual awakening, ascending. You have to surrender, okay? And a lot of people don't like to hear that word surrender because when they hear the word surrender or when they think about surrendering, they think about defeat, right? Like, I don't want to be defeated. I don't want to be, I don't want to be a loser. I want to win. But a lot of things that people are holding on to and they say they want to win, they don't want to lose. Those things that they hold that has a strong hold on them is actually making them lose in real life, right? So now you have a choice. Do I want to lose in real life or do I want to have this mental construct of I'm right even though my real life is showing something different? Okay, you have a choice. So once you understand that, you be able to see things from a different perspective, from a different light. And even if you don't know what to do or what, get some books, okay? Write down where you want to be. You understand where you're at, but write down where you want to be. Write down, how you want to feel. And then you gravitate on that. Like if you feel like you're in a depressed state, you say to yourself, okay, well, I want to be happy. I want to know what that feels like. And then you search for information that's on happiness or that how you can be fulfilled within yourself. Okay? And once you start getting this new information, you will start seeing like, oh, okay, well, this isn't just this way of living. Like there's a whole other spectrum out here that I didn't even recognize, that I didn't even know was possible. Like I didn't believe that I can get to this particular reality because I was just so indoctrinated by what was going on around me and in front of me. I couldn't see what was going on outside of me, right? So that is the reason why you have to awaken your mind, okay? That is the reason why you have to awaken your perspective in your reality. That is the first thing you have to do because without that, nothing's going to change. I don't care how hurt you is in this space. I don't care how uncomfortable you is in this space. I don't care if you tell yourself you want to be out of this space. If you don't change your mind within that space, you will always be in that space. Okay? You will always be in that space. That's why, like I said before, you can't outrun yourself. You can't outrun yourself. And a lot of people try to do that, especially when they're in a space where they don't, where it feels uncomfortable for them. They don't look at it as, well, maybe I need to change my settings in my mind. Maybe I need to change the settings of my ego. Maybe I need to change the settings of my heart. Maybe I need to change the settings of my consciousness. They always looking at the people. You know, like all these people are crazy. All these people don't understand me. All these people always hurt me. It's like people are looking for self gratification outside of themselves, and you will never receive that there. Like that's why you always be disappointed there. You will never receive that there. So what you have to do is, number one, open your mind. Okay. Let me see. Awakening of a new personality. Okay, so when you start awakening your mind, right? You start looking at things totally different. Okay? I mean, totally different. And these could be the things that you did every single day. You start looking at people different. These be the people that you was around all the fucking time. Okay? You start looking at things different. You start looking at situations different. And then you take a step back and say, wait a minute. I know I used to do this. And I know that this was comfortable at one time. And I know that I was used to this stuff. But this should feel different today. And once you get into that space, because now you open your mind. That's why you got to open your mind. Now you open your mind to another perspective, right? You open your mind to another sense of reality. So once you open your mind to that other sense of reality, you have the ability to take on a whole nother personality. Because now you're not in that spectrum. Even though you know what that spectrum is, you know what that reality is because you was in it. So now instead of you being in it, it's like you're looking at it. That's why I tell everybody to kind of remove yourself from the situation. Like don't, wherever it is, don't, even if you're trying to find, even when you're trying to find answers and clarity, try not to just keep yourself in a situation. Try to step back. Because like you can see the picture. Like when people are making movies, right? I always use this analogy. When people are making movies and the actors are in a scene, right? They can only see, they can only experience what they're experiencing from the scene that they are in, right? But if they sit back in the audience and watch the movie with everybody else, they can see what everybody else is doing. Okay, so I like to give that analogy. So when you are in things and you're confused, you don't know what to do, instead of you just kind of standing in that situation and try to fix it there, step back. Step back to see what else that you can do to and see what else you missed out of this situation, right? Okay, so when you start looking at things differently now, you open up your mind. When you open up your mind, you get new information, right? You get new information. Now you start kind of baiting this new information against the old information that you had. And you're going to get into a space where you're going to realize that the old information you had was not serving you. You're going to understand like the new information that you're receiving is feeding you in the way that you need to be fed. And then that's going to change your person. That's going to change your reality. Okay? And once that changes your reality, it's going to start changing your personality. All right? That's why when people start, even if you just change your mind, right? When you start ascending, people always say, oh, you're different. Oh, you act different. Or, you're not like the way you used to be. Because now you're in another form of reality. That's just like you are in this house, right? And everything you experience goes on in this house. Your parents is here. Your friends is here. Your lovers are here. Everybody in this house doing the exact same thing or being in the exact same energy, right? And you have not left this house, right? Because you believe this house is right. This is where everybody at. This is where I was put at. I mean, it means I must be, it means that I must be here, right? Like I must stay here, like I'm here. But if you start opening up your mind and say, you know what? I know this is a house, but it's a door that leads outside. Like I wonder what's outside. I wonder what they're doing outside. I wonder what's happening outside. And once you start making the a point of there is a different reality between this house and what's outside, you can be like, okay, well, I want to see what's outside. And then you go see outside, right? So once you then go see outside, you tell yourself, okay, well, this is different than what's going on in the house, or this is different than what I've experienced all my life. So once you step back foot in the house, now you have a different mindset because you know there is something greater or there is something more than this just particular house. You experience something outside of this house. And people that's been stuck inside a house with you have not experienced outside. And they're gonna look at you like, why are you always talking about outside? Like, we in here. Like, that's literally what happens when you start ascending. Like, literally. Pretty much point blank, because it's gonna be things that you used to do all the time, and it's gonna feel funny to you, or you're gonna look at it differently, or you're gonna have different outcomes out of that because now you have different ideas. Your ideas and your mindset changes your reality. That's why people always say you are the creator of your reality. Because once you understand your reality is based on your perception, and you won't be able to change your perception without new ideas. You will understand that your duty in order for you to get out of the situation is to get more information. And once you get more information, you will start seeing things in a different light. Then once you start seeing things in a different light, you start feeling things in a different way. Because now this isn't just what you're basing everything on. You have more information to base something off of. So if I come up to you and I tell you, okay, I hand you an apple, I hand you an apple, but I tell you this apple is orange, right? If no one has either handed you an apple or an orange, you wouldn't know if I was telling you the truth or not, right? You would just believe what I told you. You will always use this apple and call it an orange, right? Until you actually go outside, and people who know the difference between the orange and the apple can tell you, you're not eating no apple, you eating an orange. And you would look at them like, nah, but they told me that this was an apple. Like, no, but they told you wasn't right. Maybe somebody told them that was an apple, but that is an orange. And once you start understanding, like, oh, okay, well, I know they told me this, but they didn't have the right information because clearly this isn't an apple. And then once you go back to those people that's trying to hand you, they're going to try to hand you another apple, and then you're going to look at them like, no, that's an orange. And then they're going to be confused. Like, wait a minute. Well, why are you telling me this is orange? I've been handing you apples all your life, right? Like, it get kind of deep like that when you think about ascending and changing your reality. Now, I know it's late, y'all. I don't know where it is where you guys are. It's almost 3 where I'm at. Can you guys please tap the screen? Like, you don't have to send me no gifts or nothing because I do this for the collective, but I also have a YouTube platform where I put my lives on, right? Because sometimes I don't have the time to actually make a YouTube video. So I will use my lives as for my YouTube content. But just tap the screen, okay? So when you start ascending, you will change your personality, okay? All right. So now, when we go to number 3, it says awakening of spiritual energy. All right. Once you open up your mind, you did number 1 already. You opened your mind up, okay? You got new information. Number 2 is happening, okay? You change your personality, all right? Now, your frequency is about to change. And if anybody know about frequency, and if anybody know about energy, and if anybody know about chakras and all those things, your energy changing is, to me, like a form of graduation. And I'm going to tell you why. When you're in a level of ascending, because your energy now is going to be recognized by other people without you even saying anything. Because energy does not die, okay? Energy transfers. So the people who you was an energetic match to, by you changing your mind, by you changing your personality, by you change, now your energy makeup has changed. Now you and these people will not be in the same energetic field no more. It's gonna be a disruption, okay? And you're gonna feel that, and they're gonna feel that, okay? Now, a lot of people don't like feeling this way because it can get uncomfortable, especially when you used to doing certain things for certain people, and then once you start changing your mind and changing your, your perception and changing your personality, now your energy has changed. Now, even though you could have been best friends with this person, even though this person could have been your cousin, now you feel a disconnect between this person because whatever related to you guys, whatever connection you guys had, you're not in that space anymore. So by you not being in that space anymore, it kind of feels uncomfortable. And that is another reason why people don't like to ascend. I don't even know if you guys heard Mike Epps talking about he was doing, he was making money. He was an actor. He in Hollywood. But he always kind of brought himself back down to the people that he left where he was from because he felt bad for leaving them. And a lot of people don't ascend because of that reason. That's why ascending is hard for a lot of people. Because are you energetically better? Yes. Is your mind clearer? Yes. Do you have new information that can help you change your reality and help you become a different person? Yes. But even in that state and even in that aspect, there are different realities that you have to let go of. The things you used to do with people, you're not going to be able to do that no more. The people you used to hang around with, like you may love them, you may call them every now and then, but it's going to be a disconnect between you and those people that you used to hang out with all the time. And a lot of people will like to keep themselves uncomfortable just to keep that familiar energy around them, no matter how disruptive this energy feels to them, okay? That's why ascending is you ascending by yourself. Ascending wouldn't be hard if you had your family ascending with you and your friends that you've been knowing since you was a child ascending with you. But that's why they call that particular journey, that spiritual journey, that spiritual awakening, a lonely journey. Because now you are moving in a way of, you're not being selfish, but you're moving in a way in this world where you are focusing on your enlightenment. And while you're focusing on your enlightenment, oh, hold on a second, y'all. Oh, y'all been talking. Hold on a second. I just been talking. Hold on a minute. Let me go back and see. That's what I'm dealing with now. I'm clashing with people in my household that I was close to. Well, what you have to do, I don't know what situation you're in. Like, I don't know if you are living in a household with these people or you have the ability to go to another place or you have kids that's there. I don't know what's going on in this particular household, but what I do know is when you are ascending in a household, you have to ascend in peace. And what I mean in peace, there are things that you're going to witness in this household, right? And these things are going to be uncomfortable to you. Like, these things you're not going to understand. These things you're going to be like, well, no, y'all not supposed to do that. Like, that's not right, right? But if you keep on trying to make it, if you keep on trying to have them see it your way, you won't be ascending as high as you think you should, because now you are in a battle with this energy. And we all know about tug of war. If you're playing tug of war, like, you can't go nowhere. You just kind of stuck in that stagnant space, right? Until somebody let go, literally. Okay? So what you have to do is let go. And if you're in a position where you can actually get to your own space, move out, uh, you know, do that. But if you're in a space where you can't right now, you have to ascend by yourself. And what I mean by that, if you're somewhere where you can't leave and you figure like, well, I don't have no money to leave, or, whatever the situation is, I don't know your situation, but you have to ground a lot. So you have to remove yourself from that atmosphere a lot. Like, unless it's for you to like wash up, sleep, and maybe get a little bit to eat, you need to keep on moving. Like, you need to go to the beach, you need to go to the park, you need to go to a bookstore, go to a plant store, go, like, literally you have to remove yourself from that space, because as soon as you try to, because those people that's in that other reality, they're not going to understand what you're saying. You might as well be speaking Chinese to these people, because they're in a whole another different reality. So you have to remove yourself as much as you can. Okay? Yeah, they're going to feel attacked by you, because now you see something in them that they don't know. You see something in them that they're not witnessing. You see something in them that they don't understand, because you have to understand, you stepped out of the situation. Like I said before, you stepped out of the situation. You stepped out of that reality with them. So now you can see things that you didn't see before. But you have to understand, they still stuck in that reality. You can't make them see anything else that's different. So you can't make anybody ascend. You just can't. And if you keep on trying to do that, you will keep yourself in a stagnant place and you won't be able to ascend. So do you want to fight with the people to make them understand what you understand? Or you want to make sure that you are ascending on your journey the way you were supposed to ascend? Okay? And I know that's hard and I know that's difficult, because we want our mama to go. We want our brothers to go. We want our sisters to go. We want our daddy to go. We want our nieces and nephews to go. We want our cousins to go. But everybody can't go. When they said everybody can't go, everybody can't go. Okay? So either you want to go or you self-sacrifice yourself just to keep that whole thing that y'all had before going. Okay? You have a choice to make. Okay, let's just see. I'm not spiritual, but your concepts are right for success. Change is key to a successful life. Yes, it is. And I don't, and I know you say you're not spiritual, but a lot of things that people do are very spiritual. They just don't know it. Like, the, when people hear spiritual, they think they're spiritual like on a religious concept, okay? And I'm not religious at all, but I am very spiritual. And once you understand, I'm going to tell you the things that you do that will make you spiritual, okay? If you move through this world and this life with respect, if you move in this life, in this world with love, with compassion, with understanding, if you don't look down at people, if you don't turn your nose up at people, if you accept people for who they are and where they are, no matter what they do and who they are, but you have the ability to love them from a distance, let them be in their area, let them be in their light. You know, this is your light. You are moving in spiritual sense. Literally. I mean, I know they talk about that differently and they don't really kind of break that down. But that's all like uh, uh, a spiritual relationship that you have within yourself and within people. And if you handle yourself in that manner, you're going to handle people in that manner. And when you talk about spirituality, your spirit is always with you. Like your spirit isn't just your spirit is your spirit is inside of you and inside of our physical makeup, okay? And once you are spiritually enlightened, you may not think you're spiritually enlightened, but once you are spiritually enlightened, you move in this light like that. You move in this space like that. But they don't talk about that. So I just want to give you a little bit of that information, okay? Okay, so it says, my kids and my husband. I distant myself from my husband by putting him on a couch. Well, girl, look, I can't tell you to do with your husband, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Saving up to leave, still working on me. Meditation, spends a lot of time alone in my room. Yeah, you have to meditate a lot. You have to meditate a lot. You have to go within a lot. And even in your romantic relationship, that's hard for someone to experience, especially when you guys got into a situation and you guys could have been on one accord, but something happened. And if you feel like you ascended and he hasn't, that it will be difficult. But yeah, you have to meditate. You have to take time for yourself. You have to do whatever you can in that particular space in order for you to ascend. Okay? Yes, to see things you didn't see before. It's the pathway to successful life. Yes, I mean it's all about reality. You literally have to change your reality. Where was he? I actually needed to hear that. Oh, thank you, Cash. Thank you very much. I'm just trying to go so I can see what y'all talking about. So so you I talked about the waking up spiritual energy. I think I got cut off, but I'm gonna bring it back. Well, basically, once you change your mind, you change your personality, and when your personality changes, your energy makeup changes. So now, when you present yourself in public, or when you present yourself around people, or when you present yourself in different areas and arenas, people are going to gravitate to you on the energy that you have. And people have to understand that. That's why you have to be accountable for everything that you do. Because if you're not accountable for everything that you do, you will look at people on the outside as people being a problem. Instead of you looking at yourself like, well, what am I doing to, what energetic match do I have in order for me to keep on attracting these particular people or this particular situation? Like, you have to be accountable for your own energy and your own actions. Okay? So once your energy changes, people, even if they don't know what that is, because energy, I love talking about energy because energy isn't tangible, right? Like, you can't touch it. Like, you can't just grab it. But energy is always around us. Energy is always around us. Energy will never die. Energy just transforms. And it's up to you to understand what your energetic makeup is and how you want it to be. Because that will, before anything else, I tell people this all the time. Before anything else, before people see your shoes, before they see your outfit, before they see your hair, before people notice your energy first. They notice your energy first without them even knowing that they notice your energy first. So you have to be clear on what you want your, like I said, energetic signature to look like. Because your energetic signature is going to be a big representation of you. Okay? And when we talk about energy, okay, energy has the power to transform and evolve, okay, and grow. All right? And I tell everybody, especially when you're in a healing journey or you're just looking to get some different information in your life, the universe, God, spirit, consciousness, whatever you want to call it, does not know what you don't want. Let me repeat that again. The energy, spirit, God, universe, Buddha, whoever you adhere to, okay, does not know what you don't want. Okay? That particular thing only notice or understands what you participate in. So you can tell yourself all day, this is making me uncomfortable. You can tell yourself all day that I don't want to do this. You can tell yourself all day that I hate this. But the more you interact with that energy and the more you intertwine with that energy, and even if you feel like you're combating the energy, right? Like even if you feel like you are fighting against this energy, the only thing that source knows is that you and this energy are now attracted to each other for whatever reason. That's it. That's just like if you walking down the street, right? And just say two people are arguing. Okay? Two people are arguing. You walking down the street, two people are arguing. You didn't see what caused the argument. Okay? You didn't see that one person getting caught cheating. You didn't see that one person being abused. Like you didn't see that one person stealing. Like you didn't see that. Only thing you encountered now is two people have an energetic exchange of anger. And now you're looking at both of them. You're not, because you don't know what happened. Okay? Now you're looking at both of them. And so they loud, they crazy. Well, look at them. But you don't know what happened before that. And that's literally how God and Creator and Source see things. Okay? So if you attune yourself into energy, they don't know that you don't want that. They know that this is what you mingling with. They don't know that. So in order for you to actually change your energy or make sure that your energy is grounded within yourself, a lot of times you got to remove yourself from situations. Like I said, surrendering. A lot of times you got to surrender from being right. A lot of times you got to surrender for your peace. And this has nothing to do with you being weak because you already understand. Like there's nothing that I say, there's nothing that I do is going to make this person see the things that I see. So now I have to make a conscious choice of surrendering for my peace and just keep on moving. Okay? Okay, so, and once you start, once you start changing your energy, you start awakening your soul. Okay? And that's wild. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why that's wild. Okay? I always talk about, let me tell y'all a little bit about myself, right? Because I love to tell this story just so people can understand like where you are in life and the things that you think that you want in life. Like if you would just actually start ascending, like you will be in places that you never would have thought that you were in. But you won't be able to see that version of yourself until you open up your mind. Okay? And I want to talk about awakening your soul. And I'll talk about myself too, but let me talk about this for a minute. Once you awaken your soul, okay, once your soul is awakened, Now you are in a position of where you're supposed to be. When you start awakening your soul. Now you're in the position where you're supposed to be. And what does that mean? Like I said before, you were brought up in a certain place, right? Your mother told you certain things, your father told you certain things, your brother told you certain things, your sister told you certain things. You grew up around people, y'all in the same neighborhood, you go to the same schools, you do the same things, right? You get in relationships, you have these relationships, and everybody talking about relationship stuff. And y'all going out, going to the club, and you smoking, you drinking, you doing, you just kind of basically doing what everybody else do, right? But once your soul is awakened, you are now moving in the purpose of God's creation. Like now you're moving in a purpose of why you're supposed to be here. Because we all have to understand, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a mama, I don't care if you're a baby mama, I don't care if you're a wife, I don't care if you a husband, a baby dad, whoever the hell you is. I don't care who you is. We all have certain gifts and powers or things that make us great in a certain aspect. And once you start awakening your soul, you are now walking on your life purpose path. Okay? And that is a reason why ascension is very important. Okay? That is the reason why. Because people have to understand a lot of times when you are stuck in the lowest spectrum of yourself, you are not functioning on the level where the Creator created you to be in. Okay, you're not. You're just kind of surviving, or you're in survival mode at this point. It's like you're just kind of going with the flow. You go to work, you have kids, you raise them, you take them to school, you get them dressed, or you go to work, or you clock out, and you go home, and then you go to work. It's like you kind of just like like on this robotic cycle. But once you start awakening your actual soul, you are now awakening that God aspect in you. And once you start awakening that God aspect of you, your purpose, like your soul purpose, may be far, far fucking removed from who you was. And this is where I wanted to elaborate on actually finding your soul, awakening and being awakening in a soulful level, okay? Why Ascension is important. Me personally, I grew up in South Central Los Angeles, okay? And I experienced a lot of things in my life. And I can't say I was a victim of a lot of things, but I experienced a lot of people being victimized. Just put it in general. We done seen men's society, boys in the hood. So you can wrap all that in together. Okay, I done seen a lot of people suffering in that particular light. Okay, but I've always been an empath. I've always been caring. Always been loving, right? But what I'm doing now is what I found myself doing to people that I knew, right? Like my family, my friends, and a lot of them wasn't able to accept me in this light, right? Because, like I said before, they're in a whole nother perspective. They're in a whole nother reality. So God positioned me to be always the one on the outside looking in, right? So by them not being on the outside with me, they couldn't understand me. And a lot of times I got hurt because of that. Like that, left me by myself a lot. And a lot of times, and at one point I was really down. And throughout my life, I was always kind of quiet. I never really talked. I talk to my friends here and there, my family, but I always was very observative. I always was very quiet. Like in school, like I had friends, but I knew literally what everybody was doing because I paid attention. Like I was just so aware of everything that was around me without me even knowing why. And I said this about getting to your soul purpose because there is no way in the world. I'm 40. I'm in my 40s, okay? But there is no way in the world that someone that how I am today, someone would have told my 25-year-old self that I would be here doing this for a living. I would have thought that you were crazy. And I've been like, what? No, I don't talk to anybody. Like, why would I be teaching people? Like, why would I be helping people? Like, I'm not no healer. Like, what? Like, it would have been the furthest thing from my fucking mind, y'all. I swear to you. And now, if you would have told me I would have been like a top flight hairstylist, I probably would have believed that more than I would have believed what I'm doing now. Okay. But you have to understand, I went through this. I went through the awakening journey. That's why I'm here. But even though I'm on this particular spectrum, there are still levels of myself that I have to ascend. So I need y'all to understand this level of ascension when you're talking about upgrading and, restarting. You can do that at any level, but there's levels to it. So you just don't stop ascending. But in order for you to get out of that actual, that cycle where you figure like, well, my life is this way, but I don't like it. And I want to be somewhere else, but I don't know what to do. These are the steps that you have to take in order for you to get to that point. But please understand, even the people who have awakened spiritually, there are things they have to ascend on as well. Okay? So that is the reason why you have to awaken your soul. You will be later. And then once you awaken your soul, I was trying to tell y'all, all the things that you forced, all the things that you try to make right, all the things you try to make money from, all the jobs you try to work, all the once you start walking in your soul purpose, you will understand why all that shit didn't work. Literally, you will understand why all that shit didn't work. You will understand why all those friendships came and went. You will understand why all those relationships failed. You will understand why you got fired from all them jobs. You will understand because now you know that wasn't where you're supposed to be at, period. You understand that now. Because now you're in a different space in yourself and your soul awakening where those things didn't have a purpose in your soul purpose, okay? And a lot of people combat themselves on that particular level because you tell yourself this is what you want, right? That's why I talk about surrendering, y'all. You tell yourself this is what you want, right? But in the middle of you wanting these things, certain things are happening to you, okay? You're either getting abused, you're getting cheated on, you're in trouble, you aren't happy, you are depressed, you may be drinking a lot, you may be smoking a lot, you may be tuning into physical activities a lot with people. You just might be doing a lot of things that does not serve you in this space. But the things that doesn't serve you in this space will always tell you that it doesn't serve you. And how does it tell you? It tells you by disrespecting you. It tells you by not loving you, not pouring into you, not be giving you any reciprocation, okay? Not giving you any understanding, not giving you any compassion, not giving you the things that you need in order to grow within any relationship, any aspect, right? But the more you hold on to those things, that don't serve you, the more you're holding on to you being bounded for the rest of your life. Because, like I said before, we like to tell ourselves, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is how I want it. This is this. This is that. I want this person. I want this job. I want this. I want that. I want this and that. Okay. You done already made your mind is what you want. But your creator or whoever you serve or whoever or your highest self is telling you, I know you say you want this, but this shit ain't for you. I know you say you want this, but this don't fit. This don't fit to where I want you to be. It don't fit. So now, the more you are fighting this other energy, you're actually fighting against yourself. You're not fighting them. You're fighting you. And you want to know why? Because those things went downhill for a reason. Those things did not work out for a reason. And you have to learn what those things are. Okay? If you don't learn what those things are, you will continue this cycle with another person. You will continue this cycle in another job. You will continue this cycle in another aspect of your life. And then that's why everybody turn around and be like, well, everybody crazy. But I can't get no respect. Well, every time I go, because you're not relinquishing, you're not learning the lesson from what you done told yourself what you want to do. Like I said, you gotta surrender and say, you know what? I know I said I want to do this shit, but this shit ain't working. So obviously I'm not doing something right. Obviously something got to change because I just can't. It's just impossible for me to keep on being the same person all over again. It's just impossible. It's just impossible for me just to keep on putting myself in these same situations all over again. Like something is adding up. Okay? But a lot of people like to hold on to the feeling of being right instead of actually surrendering to find their highest self. That's why a lot of people hold themselves back. That's the reason why I started this live. A lot of people hold themselves back. A lot of people. A lot of people are fighting against themselves. And when you are in that fight, in that battle in yourself, if you don't step back, you believe everybody outside of you is your enemy. If you don't step back, you believe everybody outside of you is your enemy. Because you have not won the battle within yourself. Because that is where the real fight is. Like when we see reality TV and we see these women fighting and they just going at it, right? They baby Mike Tyson's, okay? Like everybody just swinging. People can look at those people and tell, and they don't know no better. They're toxic. They're this and that. But me, being in the position where I am in life, I have the ability to remove all what's being shown in front of me and understand what it is on the inside. Most women are broken. Those women are spiritually broken. And when you're spiritually broken, you tend to do those things that those women on those reality shows do. You do all those things. You're very combative. You're argumentative. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You want to fight everybody. You don't care about going to jail. They don't know who you is. Oh, you gonna respect me. Oh, well, you know not to talk to me like that. I'm not the one. Only reason why women do that, or people who walk in that space do that, is because for so long they felt like victims. They were put in positions where they couldn't fight for themselves. They were put in positions where they literally had to become a victim. They were put in positions where they didn't have nobody defending them. So once they got an adult and once they got of age, excuse me, my nose is itching, and spirit must be closed. Once they got an adult and once they got of age, they told themselves, I will never be a victim again. I will never be a victim again. No one will ever be able to victimize me again like that. So anybody that I meet, anybody I come across, anybody that step on my toes, anybody that step on my shoes, anybody look at me the wrong way, anybody say something to me the wrong way, it's going to be me and them. It's going to be on sight. Period. That's all that is. But they have not stepped outside of themselves to get any new information and say, you know what? I'm not me fighting these people or whatever I'm doing that's so destructive. It's not putting me in a space where I need to be healed in. I can't be healed in this space. I can't be healed here. So what do I have to do in order for me to heal? Because this ain't it. The fight is within them. But they don't internalize that. Because they don't know that they can change their reality. They don't know that they can actually heal themselves. They don't understand that. So they go out and fight other people. It's like, literally, that's all that is. And when you are on your soul journey, on your soul purpose, it's kind of hard to knock you off your square because you already know what it is. Like, now, get me wrong, you might have a setback here and there, okay? Because this is a human experience, okay? I'm not saying you're going to be perfect. But from the gist of it, because you already know what it is. You're going to know what it is because you already know, like, nah, this is where I'm supposed to be. And you're just trying to knock me off my spot. Like, you trying to knock me off my square and I'm 10 toes down in this shit. Like, you can't knock me off of this box. Like, this is where my soul is supposed to be. You can't knock me off here. And you will stop worrying about shit less. You wouldn't care what people say about you. You're not going to care about what they think about you because you already know that's not the mission. You already know that is not the mission. The mission is for you to be on your soul purpose, on your soul journey. And the more you, and another thing about getting to your soul purpose and your soul journey, I know everybody talk about the bag, even though I have made a couple coins off of TikTok, but I haven't like, you know, they talking about cashed out or got the bag from here. I haven't did that. I mean, I don't even have my services up the way I need to have my services up. But I wanted to tell you about abundance too. A lot of people look for the next thing smoking, right? So, or the thing that everybody doing. Like, everybody got a TikTok shop. Oh, I give me a TikTok shop. Everybody influencer. Okay, I'm being influenced. Even though I'm just saying the people that's always kind of, you know, you chasing the bag. This is what you need to do. You just chasing the bag. Once you start stepping into your soul's purpose, that abundance is going to follow you. You're not going to be in a space where you figure like you have to always be on the grind, or you know you ain't gonna know where your next meal coming from, or because now you are in alignment with where you're supposed to be. And when you are in alignment with the thing that you're supposed to be in, the universe, God, your higher self, whoever you're here to, is going to make sure that those gifts come directly to you, because now you're on the right street. Okay, when you talk about awaken spiritually and soulfully, you're on the right street. So let's just say You lived your life, and they done told you that you grew up on 55th Street, okay? And all your life, you don't grew up on 55th Street, and the people that you see on 55th is all you know. You don't know nothing outside of 55th Street, okay? But your spirit, your experience, and your highest self will make 55th Street uncomfortable, okay? You'll make it uncomfortable for a reason. It makes it uncomfortable because you're not supposed to be on that street, okay? A lot of people, they like to sacrifice themselves and then being uncomfortable. But you don't sacrifice yourself and being uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because you're not supposed to be there. So if people can actually start relaying that info, hey, peace, 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 love. If people start actually relaying that information like that, you will understand why things are uncomfortable. Okay, things just aren't uncomfortable because you know this is how life is supposed to be. Not saying things don't get hard. Things get hard for everybody, but I mean the people that always. It's like you always in this cycle of uncomfortability. It's like you're always in a struggle. You're always in a fight. Always in the argument. You're always in this because whatever you are doing your energy in, you're not supposed to. You're just not. You're just not supposed to. You're supposed to remove yourself from this shit. So let's just say you're on 55th Street. 55th Street is very damaging to you. But you tell yourself, well, I've been on 55th Street all my life. I don't know. That's all I know, right? But your higher self is telling you, yeah, I know you was born on 55th Street. I know that you love the people on the street, but you belong on 10th Ave. Your abundance is coming from 10th Ave. So I don't care what you do on 55th Street. You can start a business on 55th Street. You can have a block party. Y'all can have a house party. Whatever you do on 55th Street, it's not going to be until your highest good until you get to the 10th Ave. When you get on 10th Ave, that's where your shit is. The shit is on 10th Ave. Your shit ain't on 55th Street. Okay? And literally, that's how spirit works. That's how your soul awakening works. Once you get into your soul purpose, once you get on 10th Ave, now you see, but wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, so you mean to tell me I just left 55th Street and I was fighting to get respect, and I was fighting to be heard, and I was fighting to hold on, y'all. And I was fighting to be heard, and I was fighting to be loved, and I was fighting for respect, and I was fighting for abundance, and I was fighting for all this, and I was fighting for all that. All you want to tell me, all I had to do was come on 10th Street, and 10th Ave, and it was waiting for me? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because like I said before, your higher self and your lower self is always with you. Like people, like it's just up to you to understand what that looks like. Like you know when you hit rock bottom, but a lot of people don't know what it looks like when you actually reach like your destiny, like your purpose, like your reason for being on this earth. A lot of people don't look at that. And once you start discovering yourself, and once you start tapping into yourself like that, and you understand what that looks like, you will, excuse me, y'all. Once you understand what that looks like, you, it's like, so much to be lifted off of you. All that fight, all that aggression, all that sadness, all that unappreciative shit, it's just gonna just roll off you once you start walking into your purpose. That's why a spiritual ascension, even if you don't believe in spirituality or spiritual, like I can't remember his name, I'm over here. But even if you don't believe in that, or you just want to get to another aspect of your life, like you will be in a whole other reality. You take it to yourself. I can't believe like this.
like I created this, like I not necessarily you created, but you have to step into that energy. Once you step into that energy, you're gonna be like, I did this. Like, so I do deserve to be loved. I do deserve to be respected. I do deserve abundance. I do deserve to be um, loved and appreciated. But you won't be able to get that out of spaces that you're not supposed to be in. So once you start looking at shit like that, and people and your friends that leave you, and your friends that talk shit about you, or your boyfriend that cheated on you, your girlfriend cheated on you, whoever you laying up with, this is non-judgmental lies. Okay, whoever you laying up with, if these people had the ability to misuse you and mistreat you, it was for a reason. It was for a reason. And 9 times out of 10, that reason is because you wasn't supposed to be with their ass anyway. That's not where your higher self is. Because your higher self is always, when you are, let me tell you this. Let me tell y'all how you can tune in to your higher self. When you are in a situation that is very uncomfortable, like this space gives you anxiety, this space gives you combativeness, this space gives you sadness, you just so uncomfortable here. Like you can't get no peace here, no light here, no love here, no. You just, that's your higher self talking to you. And you have to pay attention to what that is. And I'm getting chills, y'all. You got to pay attention to what that is. Okay. And once you start paying attention to what that is, your higher self is touching you at this point and saying, okay, like I'm making this uncomfortable so you can move. You got to move. You got to keep going. Yeah, I know you say you love him, but you got to move. Yeah, I know you say you wanted to do this in life, but it's not serving you in your mental health status. It's not serving you mentally. It's not serving you emotionally. It's not serving you spiritually. You gotta move. You gotta move. If you don't move, you will never meet your highest self. If you don't move, you will never meet your highest self. If you don't move, you will never reach your abundance. You will just be uncomfortable. And then you tell yourself, well, I guess this is life. And no. Something like I said, you have to surrender to not being right. A lot of you and and I know it sounds easy. I know it sounds kind of cliche or that's easy for me to say, but you have no idea. So y'all have no idea. So many people, the only thing that's holding them back is them. It's like if you have it, you have all that you need. You just have to research on where you need to be now. Okay, let's just say you're going on vacation, right? Like, so I'm in California, and 9 times out of 10, people first vacation away from LA is Vegas. Okay, so what you do when you go to Vegas, you before you go to Vegas, you start researching what to do in Vegas, where to eat, where to go, where to stay, what casino you go to, where the food at, where they do this at, where can I get the smoke at. Like you start researching your vacation spot, and that's literally what you have to do when you want to change your life. You have to start researching. You have to start digging. You need some more information. You will never be able to change your outcome. You will never be able to change your reality with the satisfaction that you have in it. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Because if information that you have right now was, it, okay, it's information that you have right now and you are actually utilizing this information. That's another thing. You can be smart, you can have this information all day long, but the information don't mean that if you're not utilizing it. That's just the utilization of information is just like you using a tool. So you can tell yourself, okay, well, I have some pictures that I want to hang up on the wall, and I have a hammer. Okay, I'm gonna hang that picture on the wall. But if you don't pick up that hammer, if you don't pick up that hammer and put a nail in the wall, how how is the picture going to be hung up? Like you have to utilize the tools. Okay, this is not about what you know. What are you using? How are you using this for your better good? How are you using the energy that you have? I mean, the information that you have. How are you using that? Okay, if you're not using it for your greatest good, you might as well not have it. Okay, so you either have to utilize the information that you have, or you have to change the information that you have. Because obviously you're doing something that is not working out for you. And it's not because they don't know what they're doing. No, it's not it's not working out for you. What are you doing? What information are you trying to hold on to make yourself right, to make yourself justified? A lot of people suffer. A lot of people suffer from being right all the time. Like literally suffer. Like be uncomfortable. Like be tortured on the inside because they can't tell themselves all the time. But that's where compassion comes in. You just don't have compassion for other people. That compassion has to start with yourself too. That's why a lot of people feel guilty about certain things. They don't have enough compassion for themselves to say, you know what, I did that at that particular time in my life, but um, I know better now, and I forgive myself for that. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of more compassion for the things that I did in the past. This shit run deep, but people don't think so. That's why spiritual awakening and the spiritual ascension is on the rise because they told people or tried to tell people how to reach their inner self in their highest form, and they missed a whole lot of stuff. it was it was so much that was missed during that. You know, you be one with God and you follow God and you love and have the love of God. It's so many intricate things that was missed that nobody talked about. I don't know, they didn't talk about it because they didn't want nobody to actually get to that stage, or they didn't talk about it because they actually didn't know. Only thing I know is there's so many forms of aspects of reality of things and information that a lot of people don't have. That's why a lot of people suffer. They're not suffering because, they deserve to suffer. They just don't have the right tools. Like they wasn't given the right information, or they don't even know how to utilize the information that they have within them. Like it's a whole lot of things that transpire when it comes to spiritual awakening. And even when you look at when you're talking about compassion, when you get to your spiritual awakening, you understand that what you have inside of you is what you're going to give out. That's another reason why I was talking about them. Ooh, that chills, y'all. Thank you, Spirit. That's another reason why I was talking about those girls who on those reality shows that suffer. What you have in you is what you will get out. Okay? And once you get into your spiritual ascension, and once you get to your spiritual awakening and your soul's purpose, you will understand that the things that you are digesting, not just food, we all know about being fat and being skinny and I need to lose weight or whatever that is. Okay. People have been focused on that since the beginning of time. But when you actually digest things with your eyes, like your visual diet and your audio diet and your mental diet, you will understand that those things become your energy. Like those things become your makeup. And if you're not aware of those things or how those things can um, show up in your life, you will literally consume things and ideas that will leave you suffering internally because people only understand suffering or things moving or reacting to things from people aspects. Like people only have the ability to understand the connection between two people. They don't understand what that eternal connection is. And that eternal connection is very deep. Okay? Because once you understand you are the holder. Okay? Let's just say you the holder, right? You have a brain, you have a mind, you have thoughts, you have the ability to consume and to do and to look and to see and to read anything you want to, right? But once you understand that it's not just you reading it or looking at it or um, watching it or saying it, like your body, like your soul, like your whole spirit is has to digest this information. Now, am I telling you you're not supposed to enjoy the physical aspects of this world? No, I'm not telling you that because that's the gift of being here. I don't think a lot of people understand that. The gift of being here is being able to move on a tangible physical level. You know, you can touch, you can see, you can hear. You have the gift of hearing. You can listen to music you want to listen to. You taste. You can eat whatever you want to eat. You know, the feeling. You can touch and hug and have physical activities with people. Like when you're in the spiritual realm, like you don't have that ability. Okay, so when you're walking upon this realm, yes, you have the ability to enjoy what this realm has to but you have to make sure that you're not overindulging in certain aspects of your life because it damages you on the inside. And people don't understand that. They don't understand that even with hate, I know a lot of people hate things or hate that, or hate somebody and they don't want to forgive someone. And that's why they always tell you forgiveness isn't for you. It's for the other. No, forgiveness isn't for the other person. It's for you, right? And even in the aspect of forgiveness, like I know you probably heard that forever. Like people probably heard you're supposed to forgive yourself all the time, but you don't know that you don't know why that is. Like you don't know why you're supposed to forgive. You are supposed to forgive because when you holding on to that anguish, when you're holding on to that disappointment, when you hold on to that pain, when you hold on to that time or event or situation of being hurt to a certain extent where you're not going to be able to forgive whoever hurt you, right? You are still, your body still has to hold all those things that I just mentioned. Your body is holding it. Your soul is holding it. Your spirit is holding it. So now you kind of tell yourself in your mind that you're holding it for John, right? But if, or Joe Blow, or Johnny, or whoever, Susie, whoever, right? But you tell yourself that, but in reality, if it was, if you had the ability to give it to Susie or give it to whoever, you not forgiving somebody wouldn't be bad. You can just hand them the hate. You can hand them the disappointment. You can hand them the pain. And it's like, whew, I ain't got to deal with that no more. But that's not how reality works. That's not how reality is set up. So you have to um, relinquish that for yourself. Because now your body has to digest that. Your body doesn't know that you're holding it for food. Your body doesn't know that you're holding hate in your heart for food. Your body does not know that you're holding disappointment and anguish and anger for food. Your body doesn't know that. Your body only knows that you have hate inside of you, that you have anger inside of you, that you have disappointment inside of you. So when you talk about energy and frequency, if you don't know, I'm gonna tell you, hate, anger, sadness is some of the lowest forms of frequency in the vibration level that you can be on. It's almost close to the vibration of being unalive. Okay? So if you would take the information I just said and those particular energies correlate with that particular thing and you hold hate in your heart, what you think you're doing to your body? Are you giving your body life or are you doing something else to your body? Are you giving your body peace or are you doing something else to your body? Like I said, your body does not know what you're holding on to. And once you understand, maybe I'll go live tomorrow about emotions and the frequency of emotion. Because I believe like we all feel emotions, but we don't know what that is. It's like not we don't know what that is, but we don't know the energetic makeup of those emotions. And once you start learning the energetic makeup of those emotions, it'll be easy for you to surrender half of that shit. Because you know, I don't want that in me, period. I don't want that in me, period. I don't want to hold it for nobody. I know if I hold it for somebody, my body is the retainer of it. So let's just say when it comes to hate and anger and unforgiveness and all this stuff, right? Let's say you got a container, right? This is your personal container that you use at home all the time. You have to feed you serve your family with this container. Your friends come by and you serve them drinks with this container. This is the container that you service the people that's around you, right? But there is one person that you don't like. So you put something in this container that can actually harm them. I don't know if I can say the P word, but you put something in this container that actually taints. You put something in this container that's tainted that can hurt this one person. But how is that working for the people that's around you? Like, how is you tainting this container for this one person when you serve your family with this container? Like, you have to drink out of this container. Like, what are you doing? And once you start looking at life like that, and energies like that, and frequencies like that, it'll be so much easier for you to let that shit go. Once you understand you can't make nobody do nothing, y'all. A lot of people get stuck in that cycle because you want to fight. You want to fight. You want to be seen. You want a person to see you. You want a person to love you. You want the person to stop fighting. People can only see you as far as they can understand you. And it's a possibility that you came across people that you guys can have the same understanding. But guys like the same thing. Probably hang out, have fun. But to see you genuinely and authentically for what God created you to be, you're gonna have the ability to see that. So now you're fighting with somebody. Let's just say, like, you want people to be in agreement with you, you want people to see you. But let's say your energy, your aura, your energy is yellow, right? Because we all have auras. Some people have the ability to see auras, but we all have auras, okay? Your aura is yellow, and you want people to see the yellow in your aura, right? You want people to notice how bright it is, or how much it shines, and how it's representation of the sun, and how, it's representation of actually being on a higher vibration, right? But you're fighting somebody see your yellow when they have purple glasses on. Until they choose to actually take the damn glasses off, they won't be able to see your yellow, no matter how bright it is. And once you start understanding that, once you start looking at those things from that perspective, it'll be so much easier for you to let things go. Okay. I'm about to get off here because it's almost 4 where I'm at. So I'm about to go lay it back down. I have to get up and tell y'all something real good. I might come back tomorrow and talk about the frequencies of emotions, because I don't think a lot of people understand it, like I said before, because your emotions are just, your emotions are supposed to be used for fine tuning. Okay? So what I mean by fine tuning, your emotions are supposed to be used for you to, like a dial on the radio. It's like if you looking for R&B, you're not gonna stop at the rock station to hear R&B songs. You know they're not gonna play it, right? That's just like your emotions. You're not gonna get stuck in anger when you know you want to be happy. You're gonna it's gonna be an easier time to let shit go, and that's how you're supposed to utilize your emotions. Your emotions aren't. You're supposed to feel your emotions for your emotions. Your emotions are your personal guide to your experience here. You have to understand that your emotions are your personal guide. Your emotions are not for you just to sit in it. Your emotions are supposed to teach you something. Your emotions are supposed to give you direction. You're not just supposed to sit in these emotions. Even like I said, you're angry. You don't want to be angry, but you sit in anger. Nope, not gonna happen. Even if you feel like you're happy, you joyful, you're enlightened. You want to understand, even in that aspect, you just don't want to sit in the enlightenment. You just don't want to sit in the happiness. You have to understand what brings you enlightenment, what brings you happiness, because that's what you want to continue in your life. That's what you want to keep on going. That's what you want to keep on moving. That's what you want to keep on evolving. And the more you don't recognize what keeps you happy, what makes you happy, and where you're abundant in, you're gonna lose that as well because you're gonna lose focus. Your emotions are a guide, okay? So I'm gonna cut this short. And I thank y'all for being out here. And if you like the live, please follow me, okay? Follow me, you're gonna get some more content. I talk about this, I talk about a little bit of a lot of stuff, right? But mainly I talk about energy and spiritual things and ascension. You want to change your life. You want to change your reality. You want to be a different person. You want to, uh, just spiritual motivation or for you to get where you need to go in this lifetime. Period. Okay. You can find your soul purpose and be who God created you to be or be who your higher self wants you to be. Okay. So I'm about to get off here. If y'all missed any part of the live, you can follow me and click my YouTube, follow my YouTube, and I'll put this live up. Hopefully by tomorrow. I'll put it up tomorrow. So I'll put this live up tomorrow, well today, because it's early morning, on my YouTube. So y'all have a good one. Be great. Be in love. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.